Hey, this is Kels Not Chels Not Live. I am Kelsey Mackey, and this is my truest form. Hey guys, I am so glad you decided to come back and hang out with me on my channel today. I do not know how long the antlers will last in this video, so enjoy them while they're here. Maybe it'll be okay. They're a little festive. Sometimes you just need to be a little extra, especially around Christmas time, which is pretty much my favorite time of year. I am so excited that the one and only Kim Chance tagged me in the HoHoHo Tag. I thought this would be the perfect video to post right before Christmas because, I mean, I hope you, like me, know the true meaning of Christmas is avoiding your family by sneaking off into the bathroom to watch YouTube videos. But let's just jump right into the question, shall we? I feel like I want to punctuate everything that I do with a little jingle jangle, but maybe that's exactly what I should do, you know, one of those sort of like go with your gut instinct kind of things. Question 1, Santa Claus. If you could ask Santa for one thing off your author bucket list, what would you ask for and why? I think that my expectations and wishes has become much more subdued since the release of my debut in 2014. So many of the things that you are wishing for and that you want to have happen are not at all in your control. And so I don't know how healthy I think it is to like fixate on them. But a couple things that I know that I would love to have happen for me in my career. I would love a contract with a Big 6 publisher. I would love to hit a bestseller list. Question 2, The Ghost of Christmas Past. What is the piece of, did I say Christmas? Woof! I'm gonna have to play that back. Question number 2, The Ghost of Christmas Past. What's one piece of advice you wish your past self knew about writing, or what advice would you give fellow aspiring writers? These are one and the same for me. I definitely wish that I had known something, and it is also something that I tell anybody that I know that is getting started in the writing game. Enjoy the freedom of being unagented or not having released a book as much as you can. I wish so much that I could go back and really relish the experience of drafting my first book. I didn't know what anybody wanted. I wasn't trying to meet anyone else's expectations. I had no idea what I was doing, and there was a freedom in that I did not appreciate while I had it. And once you have had a book published, once a publisher has purchased your book and published your book, once you've worked with an agent, there's always a sense of doing what you're doing, trying to do what you're doing just for you, but knowing that other people are involved and invested and ultimately going to be a part of the decision-making process about your book. So if I could tell my former self something, and if I could tell a brand new baby writer something, it would be enjoy the freedom of drafting that first project. It is like none other. Question number 3, elves. Santa has his little helpers. What resources have been the most helpful to you or the most invaluable to your writing process? That's easy. My critique partners. I could not, would not with a fox write without my critique partners. Question number 4, gingerbread cookies. Side note, gingerbread cookies, one of the 3 or 4 things that I can successfully prepare on my own without adult supervision. What is your favorite holiday treat, and what is your main characters from your current work in progress favorite holiday treat? So I think for me, cranberry sauce is my favorite holiday food, and I think that my main character of my current project, hashtag #TucoBoat, that's my code name. It's not about boats, that's an acronym. I think her favorite Christmas treat would be frosted sugar cookies. Lots of sprinkles. I think she would really love the decorating them part. And then of course the eating them part, because that's the best part of all cookies. Number 5, holiday traditions. What's your favorite family tradition? What fictional character would you like to share that tradition with? So honestly, I love traditions so much. They make me feel happy and safe, and they make something that's mundane feel special. Watching a movie is not special. Watching a specific movie at a specific time of year, especially with somebody that I love, that is special. I think it'd be pretty amazing to meet Harry Potter. I feel like Harry would be my #1 pick for any, like, which character would you bring with Harry? Question number 6. Star of Bethlehem. What started your journey to write your first book? Has the journey turned out like you imagined? And where would you like to see it go in the future? Okay, so my writing journey began because I had been teaching for a couple of years, and I had been working pretty much exclusively with students with emotional and behavioral disorders, clinically had emotional or behavioral disorders. And the thing that was the trickiest about their situation was they didn't feel like they had books that represented their life. Living with depression, living with suicidal ideation, self-harming behaviors, like these were things that they didn't feel like they could find easily on the books, on the shelves in the library. And I wanted to write a book about someone who was totally jacked up inside. I wanted to write a story about a girl who was totally unlikable. Because many of the students that I was working with were totally unlikable, and they really didn't have a lot of friends, and they really were difficult for the people around them to take. And so when I wrote Damsel Distressed, I wrote a girl who was difficult to swallow because her self-loathing and her depression made a big shield, a big wall around her. So I wanted those students, my students, I wanted them to see themselves on the page. It was only through the process of writing, however, that I realized just how much I had in common with my main character and how my own battle with depression and anxiety had not been properly addressed. So that's how I started writing my first project, Damsel Distressed. Link in the description. You know how to do it. Go click it. Go buy it. As far as did my career go the way that I thought it would, absolutely not. I don't really feel like anybody says it went exactly as I expected, whether for the better or for the worse. I think most people have a picture in their mind, and I think reality almost never matches that. So that's something to sort of take with a grain of salt. But as far as where I would like to see it go in the future, I am just excited about the prospect of publishing another book. I'm so lucky that the very first book that I wrote was picked up and published, but that's not always the case. And now I have a few other novels that I'm working on, or that I'm sprucing up, or that I'm preparing, or that I'm querying, or whatever. And I know that at some point in the future I will write the book that's going to be published next, but I don't know when that will be. So as far as what I want for my career, just to keep writing books and have them be eventually, hopefully, published. Number 7, The Night Before Christmas. What's your favorite book to read during the holidays? I love rereading Harry Potter, The Philosopher's Stone, and I also love reading The Polar Express. Number 8, Christmas parties. What's your best advice for juggling writing with the busy holiday season? This is an easy question for me. The answer is give yourself permission to not work during December. Give yourself permission to not work during Christmas week. Whatever you need to do to protect your well-being, do it. That's it. With the rare exception of being on deadline, which I don't really know if I've ever known anyone who's had a really hard deadline, like the week of Christmas, because most of publishing shuts down during the holidays anyway. I think it's really important to give yourself grace and don't do it. If you don't want to write during the break, if you want to take the holiday to have a holiday, then do it. There is no whip police that's going to show up and say, you didn't work on your whip this week. Nothing will happen. You are only at risk of losing momentum if that is a thing that is applicable in your situation, and it might not be. If you're worried about losing momentum, then obviously just chip away. Find 15 minutes that you can spend on your project. Even 15 minutes can keep that momentum and make you feel like you haven't totally abandoned your progress. But as far as what I would say about that topic, I would say give yourself grace if you need it. If you need space to do the holidays, then take the space to do the holidays. Question number 9, Polar Express. What writing rituals do you use to transport yourself into the world of your book or mindset of your characters? So this one, I really only have one thing. When it comes to dialogue, I very often am saying the dialogue out loud as I'm typing it. I happen to be a very quick typist, so I can actually speak the dialogue, I can speak the thing that they're saying as I'm typing it and keep up with myself. So I think that's probably all I would say about that is I would speak the dialogue. That's my favorite trick. And the last question, question number 10, sugar and spice and everything nice. In the spirit of spreading kindness and cheer, give a special shout out to someone who's been instrumental in your writing journey or someone who's really helped you along the way. So for this question, there's only one possible person that I can talk about. My husband Darren is he's the very best kind of support because he doesn't hold back and he doesn't sugarcoat, which is not always easy to deal with. I will admit, it is not always easy to deal with someone who doesn't coat in sugar because sugar is great. But I know that the reason he doesn't hold back, and I know that the reason he doesn't pull punches and he doesn't sugarcoat is because he wants me to be amazing and he wants my work to be amazing. And he is willing to make me momentarily uncomfortable if it will make the work better and if it will make me better. And that is a very rare partner. That is a very, very rare partner. And he's obviously an artist too. He's a creative person too. He's a writer and a songwriter and a producer. And so he knows about creativity and he knows, jingle, jingle. He knows about how difficult the process is, and I think he does a really great job of helping me to get across the finish line, whatever it takes. And I couldn't do any of the things that I do without his support at all. So that is it for the HoHoHo tag. Thank you so much, Kim Chance, for tagging me, sweet thing. And thank you to Melissa and Kim for creating this super fun tag. It was a blast. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me on my channel today. Thank you for appreciating my beautiful Christmas sweater that has catacorns on it. Catacorns. So before I go, I just wanted to say a quick Christmas thank you to everybody who has been so supportive as I've come back to my channel. It has been incredible to have you guys just support me so completely and welcome me back to YouTube with such enthusiasm. So I wanted to say thank you so much. And I especially appreciate those of you who in the last few weeks have taken the time to comment and have clicked that subscribe button. It makes me feel so good to know that I'm not just shouting into the void, and I appreciate you so, so much. I am so excited to announce that Kim Chance and I are going to be doing a little collab between Christmas and New Year's. So keep your eyes on this channel for an update about that. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have an absolutely magical holiday. And if you don't do holidays, I hope you have a fantastic whatever day of the week Christmas is this year. Tuesday? Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday. And of course, I wish you all the most wonderful New Year. And I'll see you here on my channel again very, very soon. So thanks again for being here, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.